All right, guys, welcome back. wereman here on the Metal Curse, and I am with Forgotten Legacy, man. Go around the room and introduce yourselves, everybody.
Joel, lead vocalist.
John, drums.
Chuck, bass guitar.
Mike, lead and rhythm guitar.
All right. Now, guys, I saw your set, man. It was really killer shit. For the people that don't know you guys, that aren't familiar with Forgotten Legacy, go ahead and describe yourselves for us. Go ahead.
Well, gee, it's kind of hard to describe. We don't really put a label on ourselves. We try to do a little bit of something that everybody likes in the metal community. So if you're into, you know, it's all true metal. But if you're into things like Queensryche, Iron Maiden, to Priest, to some old school thrash like, you know, Forbidden and just some really good stuff like that, Crimson Glory thrown in there, and all wrapped up into one. We don't consider ourselves power metal, death metal, thrash metal. We just consider ourselves heavy metal.
Metal, right on.
It's pure metal.
Now, you mentioned Queensryche. I noticed a definite, you know, from one vocalist to another, I noticed a very Jeff Tate-like quality to your voice. You know, big influence.
Can't take offense to that.
Yeah,
so thank you very much.
Right on.
Yeah, Jeff was one of my favorites, and as is Eric Adams from Manowar, and Judas Priest was probably, you know, Halford was obviously my biggest influence. Yeah, you know, I still do lessons to this day. I never think I'm good enough. I always think there's more to learn, and you know, and you get to a festival like this, and every band is really good, and it just makes you want to be better.
Hell yeah, yeah. Now, Chuck, you also play with
Beyond Fallen.
Beyond Fallen.
Yep, absolutely.
How about you guys played both night? You're playing tonight. You played tonight with Forgotten Legacy, and last night with Beyond Fallen. How's things going? How do you feel the whole thing went this weekend?
I've had an absolute blast this weekend. You know, being able to play both nights for me was really an honor, more than a chore. Honestly, just to be around all these bands and everybody just being cool, and it being just a huge metal brotherhood was just a great experience.
Yeah. You guys keep cool and everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just want to throw in there about what Chuck said about brotherhood. We've been hanging with some members from Skeletor and various other bands, just bullshitting and like inviting them into our nice little home for the weekend, our RV, and being like, hey, come in here, enjoy some AC, and have a few beer, coffee, beer, have a fucking banana or whatever. You know,
you don't cramp when you're on stage.
Exactly.
Just chill out, have fun with us. It's a fucking best time of my life.
Yeah, you know, and one of the things that I like about fests like this is, you know, when I was trying to promote this, you know, for Metal Messiah and everything, you know, a lot of the schmucks that I you know gave flyers to, you know, one of their biggest problems was, well, I don't know any of these bands in here, and my response to them, of course, was like, well, that's why you come to these goddamn things, you know, so you can learn some of these, you know, you can meet some of these bands, you know, and I agree totally with what you're saying about, you know, the brotherhood and making it a community thing, and I think a lot of that, you know, in my opinion, unfortunately, I think that a lot of the metal has lost that community and that camaraderie.
That's why metal fails
years.
in America right now, because people, if you're not making it to Metallica, I don't want to come see you.
Yeah.
There's so many good bands out there, and you know, we just released the album basically last week, and we sold more albums to Germany and what was the other one? Sweden and Greece and Denmark than we sold in America.
Wow.
People won't drive 20 miles to see somebody in America, but you know, overseas, if you're a new band and they like you, they really eat it up. They're really
and we also
fans.
have, you know, MySpace, Facebook, YouTube. All the bands have that. If you don't know if you like them or not, go check their thing and, you know, see what's going on.
Now, I'll tell you what, if you like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, some of the other stuff, there are bands here that, and I'm a huge Judas Priest fan, and these bands will blow them away.
Right on.
There are some fantastic bands.
Yeah, Skeletor kicked ass last night. That was really cool. So, you mentioned the internet. I want to get you guys' opinion on how you think the internet has affected metal, especially here in the States. You think it's helped it or hurt it? You know, with the marketing of, say, a MySpace or a Facebook or that kind of thing. Or do you think that the impact that, you know, downloading and you know, album stealing has had on it, do you think it's been more of a hindrance or more of a help, in your opinion?
I think it gives you the opportunity to check out bands you normally wouldn't hear of. You know, but there's also, I mean, there's pros and cons to both of it.
Yeah.
I mean, because you download music for free and all that kind of stuff. But I think if people like the music that they're listening to, they're gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they're not just gonna steal it and then just you know, burn it and you know, make, you know, thousands of copies for their friends. And
well,
stuff like
I tell you,
that.
I mean,
So,
that's a good point. You know, I mean, like perfect example was.
and I do the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I still buy the same like Iron Maiden albums the day they come out. You know, because I love the band.
Right,
You know,
right.
I still buy the album, even though I can get the music for free. I still buy it.
A perfect example for me was Imagica, who played last night. I you know, like I said, I wasn't familiar with them, and I downloaded their two of their albums that were online, and I loved it. I thought they were a killer band. So the second I got here, I bought those 2 albums.
Right.
You know,
Perfect
I already got them on my iTunes. You know, I didn't have to, but you know what? To me, in my opinion, that's what people that really support music and really love this kind of music. That's what they do.
The thing about the metal community is it's not like R&B or rap or anything. Everybody is a brother, and everybody is a sister, and everybody just comes together as one. It's not a competition. And even though there's some really good bands here, and you feel like you have to compete with them, it just makes you better.
Well, you know what? Like I said, I'm in a band myself, so I mean, you know, as far as the competition goes, I think that's a healthy thing in my opinion.
Very
You know, I mean,
healthy
when my band goes on stage, we try to blow the other guys that we're playing with away. You know, just
cool.
It makes us.
What
It
is
makes
your
us
band's name,
further
man?
low.
I called you Matt again.
That's all right.
Try to blow them away, but still there's no real competition.
Yeah, there's no
It's
animosity.
just-
yeah, you're not sabotaging each other or anything
right,
like
you
that.
just want to play as good as you can.
Yeah, try to put on the best show that you can, and that forces them to do the same thing. You
In a
know?
place like this, everybody just really supports each other.
Oh, yeah.
If you're good, people let you know you're good. If you're bad, people will let you know you're bad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And we just want that brutal honesty, you know. We want people to tell us the way they really feel. And say,
Here, I'm gonna hold that while you're talking.
okay,
There you go.
we want to say,
You're sitting there talking, and the camera's on me, like,
we want to, you know, no, all right, this sucks, this is good. Well, why is this good or bad? Why? Not just a simple, I mean, anybody can say anything, you know, this sucks, that sucks.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism without being hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be a douchebag.
Exactly.
I want to know what we can do to get better, to better ourselves. And if it's good constructive criticism, we say, okay, well, they didn't like that, and a lot of people aren't liking this, so let's try to do something a little differently. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
And
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even like at band practice, I mean, we all get along very well. We're definitely all brothers. But when, you know, somebody doesn't like something, we speak up. We say something about it, fix it up.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, what you're playing right there, John. That
Johnny,
does not
don't
fix
do
the
that.
music. Yeah, basically.
That's
You're playing too fast.
Yeah.
All of us.
And we all do that. If
all of us.
If I say I think I'm not singing something right, everybody says, hey, that sucks, let's do something else. I've rewritten songs that were completely done and said it was just terrible.
Yeah, right on. Well, that's a healthy part of the creative process, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the CD, what tell everybody about the newest CD that you guys are out promoting right now.
It's called The Oracle. It's our first 5-song EP. There's some really great artwork on the front cover. The CDs. People are really liking it. It's getting good reviews overseas.
Cool. Now, what is it out on a label?
It is not on a label.
Okay,
so
independent release.
You know, we're still in a process. We're a very young band. We've only been together a little over a year. So it was an honor for us to even be invited to something like this.
Now, how did you guys go about getting your album out, overseas and everything, being independently
Honestly,
released?
I don't have a freaking clue. We just released it, and just people were like, "Hey, I want an EP. How can I buy it?"
Yeah.
That's the thing with the internet. You know, like Mike said, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
right. You know, people can steal your music and whatnot, but in this day and age, for bands like us, where this kind of music is much more popular overseas, it makes our product a lot more available over there. We don't have to sit and, you know, pack CDs or tapes into a bubble envelope and try to ship them overseas.
Yeah. Right on. Well, listen, guys, I really do appreciate you talking to me, man. And
we appreciate your time.
Well, I've got the new CD, and I'm going to be playing it nonstop on the Metal Curse, man. So,
Definitely
guys,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
absolutely, that's Forgotten Legacy, you guys. So stick around, and where the Metal Curse will be right back, and suck it.